Hello everyone. So in this video we will be looking into how to set up the overall federation network. So for example, if you want to use some external MNOs based HSS, then somehow you can connect that external HSS and use it for your authentication purposes, for example. So in that scenario, we somehow communicate with the Federation network. So I made a very simple slide here just to make it understand. So whatever we did till now in other videos is set up a LTE network. So which authenticates user, and that testbed provides internet access or data to the user. So what that network in the Federation network will be referred to as Federation LTE network. Then we created a Federation gateway, and there can be multiple Federation gateways, and those collections are known as Federation network. And then there are external HSS from MNOs and from other services according to your requirement, which you can communicate, which you can communicate with the Federation gateway so that this integrates with the Federation network and acts as an HSS of the network. So to do that, um, there are many ways. First, you can do it through the APIs, but the simplest one I found and which works is through the NMS website. So um, your access gateway is running, your federation gateway is running, and your NMS is running. So currently orchestrator is running. So you're able to access to the website. Now what you need to do is just go for account and settings and administration. Then go for networks. So currently you can see I have the federated network which holds federation gateways and federated LTE networks. So to create these two, you just go to add network, give a network ID, say like federated LTE network, give a name, give a description, and give for a network type, select FEG LTE. So what this will be is this part, the federation LTE network. And next, you select next. Again, go after saving it, again create a new one, and this time make a federated network, name, description, and at this time select FEG. And for this, what you are doing is you are creating this network. Okay, so once you do that, when you go to the dashboard here, and when you go from the top right corner, you can see two networks created. So for me, it's federated LTE and federated network. Now in federated, but before that, we also need to do one thing. Let me go back. Okay, so when you are adding a FEG, it gives served network IDs. So it's something like which federation LTE network to serve. So for in our case, we just keep this ID, right? So if you see the details here, it's the name is this, the description just for me to understand, it holds all access gateway here, and it's fake LTE. When Federation Network, it holds all Federation gateway here, and I give the ID of this network here. So somehow those two networks are linked. So, okay. Now here, we were here, so in federated LTE network, we add all the access gateways. So when you're in federated LTE network, which I currently was, so you get this, you go to the equipments, And for me, currently it's here. It's in bad situation because it's turned off right now. So for network, you can just go and add network, and you can start adding your um, access gateway with all the informations. And after some time, or I guess it's, yeah, okay, it's this one, gateway. From the equipments, you go for add new, right? You add and you add all the informations. These are the informations: gateway description, hardware ID, gateway ID. You keep it yourself. You somehow challenge key. These are all the information which we discussed before, and it's provided in the documentation as well. So somehow we fill every information here, and something like this adds up. And when your access gateway is running, it somehow tries to communicate, and once the successful connection happens, they start sharing data, then you can see the analytics. Now, similar is the case for federated network as well. When you go here and when you go to equipment, you can add gateway. It's similar issue, but you need to add information about your federation gateway. For GX, GY, and these all information, just keep it empty for now. You don't need anything, and create it. So what we did till now is we created these two networks, and we added one element each on both the networks. And we also had created a link for saying Federation Network to serve this Federation LTE network, right? So now let's go back to Federated LTE network. One last thing we need to do here is go for network and go for edit JSON. And here HSS relay enabled is true. So what does this mean is, so currently for you it might be false. So default is false. What it means is when you set it to false, Access Gateway has its own inbuilt subscriber DB. So it uses that database for authentication purposes. So if you want to use an external database, and when you set that relay to true, what it does is from the access gateway, the information gets relayed to orchestrator. Orchestrator sends it to respective federation gateway, network, and gateway, and that gateway tries to connect to MNO. Not exactly MNO, but the HSS. For the reference purpose, I just kept the word MNO. So after that, your Federation Gateway network is set up. So if you try to authenticate, you can see the access gateway trying to retrieve information from the external HSS. So that's it.